Let me record real quick for the people that we couldn't make it. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna start off with a quick prayer, guys, and then we're gonna get right into it. So everybody, bow your heads. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day. Thank you for allowing us to awaken to another beautiful day with our health and with everything that you've given us, Lord. We just thank you that this meeting is a beautiful fellowship that you will be well pleased with, and we will glorify you in your name. And we thank you for all the wisdom that we're going to receive here tonight. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
All right. So,
Amen.
so let's start. We want to start with introducing ourselves because I want everybody to get to know each other because we're going to be doing some business together. I know, Charlene, you raised your hand. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Charlene, just share, you just real quick, name, your why, what you do outside of ACN, right? And what's your greatest accomplishment in ACN? I know you're gonna like that one.
Yeah. Hey guys, praise God that we're all here. My name is Charlene McBonwa, Regional Director from California. I've been in the company for 8 years. Full time, I'm a sales trainer and recruiter. I have my own consultancy. My full-time client's a salon right now, so I'm in the beauty industry. My biggest accomplishment in ACN is a 21-day regional director with 130 IBOs in 45 days. We're ready to go RVP this year.
There we go. I'm gonna say that one more time. 21-day RD.
Rub it in.
All glory to God.
Yeah. But it's good. 21 days. Some of y'all, you know, we got 30-day ETLs and a 1-day ETL and a 2-day ETL, but 21-day RD is huge, guys. So again, all glory to God. Thank you, Charlene. Who goes next? Miss Joy, come on.
Okay. My name is Miss Joy. Joy Wells. I'm retired. I used to be working with corporate America for 40 years, over 40 years. And that wasn't really good. Retirement is not really good. So I have to stick with this with ACN. Greatest accomplishment for me right now yet is being promoted to ET executive team leader right at the beginning of the pandemic. JD was the one that we were the last one at the hotel when we were still going to the hotel. We were the last one. I think that was the last one. But I was with ACN since 2015. But as soon as I signed up, I got sick and I had to leave the country. And I started January of last year. And then I got promoted to ETL by March, I think. March, yeah. But after that, it's like, it's a little struggle, but I'm going to be there.
That's okay. That's why we on the call. That's why we on the call. That's why we on the call.
And that's about it. I want to give room to everybody.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Miss Joy. Let's see who's next. Who next? And I'll speak at once. Miss Rena?
Okay. My name is Rena, and what I do? Oh, I'm a business owner, small business owner, and I really don't think that I have a biggest accomplishment with ACN yet, because I really I don't think that I give it my all to even get that. But I guess getting started would be one. So I'll go there. Go with that.
But you had some customers, so that.
I mean, yeah.
There we go. That's all right. We biggest accomplishment. You had some customers. You had energy accounts.
Yes.
Over 75 points. All that. Yeah.
Yes.
All that's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment. Perfect. Well, welcome, Mr. Lamar.
Hey.
What's up?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Lamar Thomas. My why for joining ACN is my family. In my younger days, I wasn't living my life correctly. I was breaking the law to make my ends meet and going to jail and putting a lot of stress on my family and just a lot of negative energy and disrespect. And I wasn't raised that way. I come from a good home and I was shaming a lot of my family. So one of the reasons why I joined ACN was because of my family. I wanted to provide a better example. And for my children, I have 3 sons, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I want to be able to show them a different way to make money, whether it be through ACN or, a different venture, whatever. But through the training that I've gotten ACN, I can show them a better way, no matter what, where they don't have to, worry about going through what I went through. And to me, my greatest accomplishment in ACN is also the same thing, which is my why, because I come from a dysfunctional family. And Jonathan Thomas is my cousin, my first cousin, my dad's only brother. And we were never this close. I could tell you who my cousin was. We went to school together, this, that, and the other. But as far as the relationship that we have now, it means a whole lot to me. And ACN brought us together. So that's my greatest accomplishment, I believe, right now in ACN is bringing it in for my family, the Thomas name, and being able to have something that I can pass along to my children underneath this Thomas name and building this and breaking this generational curse of this dysfunctional family where brothers and sisters aren't speaking and, just, how it is. Everybody has a family. Nonsense. I don't want to hold up too much of the time, but I'm Lamar Thomas. That's my reason for joining ACN. It's all about family. And also, Mr. Broussard is also a very good friend of mine, very good friend, been knowing for 20 years, and I was able to share this with him and some other people who aren't on this call who I consider family and I have a lot of love for. So, like I said, my why is my family. And I have some family on this call right now. I'm looking at 2 of them right now. And also Miss Manny and Jessica and everybody else. We all family. Miss Joy, you're my mom in ACN. That's my biggest accomplishment in ACN, just bringing this family together, and I'm hoping to bring more. And it's all about setting those PBZs so we can get them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're gonna definitely hit on that too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, thank you. Mr. Armand.
Hey.
Your why, what you do.
Excuse me, man. I just drink my smoothie, just my late night snack for the night. My nightcap.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
Yes, sir. So your why, what you
Yes,
currently
sir.
do, and your greatest accomplishment so far.
Awesome. My why, actually, I have a 5-year-old son. Just turned 5 and like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks at the most. And he's very motivated, and he motivates me as much as I motivate him. And just that reason why, just to leave him something behind, and financial freedom is one of the things that I always wanted and I always will. And I will have it soon. So I will continue to do that. And just my family as a whole, the only thing is my family just helping others as well achieve their goals. Keeping myself out the way and helping others always follow behind, doing the right thing. It always comes back. That's just a law of attraction. So I really believe in that and things like that of that nature. And I've been at ACN for about 6 weeks now. And we hit 30-day ETL in 30 days. So we's on a 30-day run in March. So it was a March Madness. And we still at in April. So, it's springtime. So everything flows in the spring. Everything blossoms in the spring. So we're going to continue to do that. And, just this boot camp training right here and just following the system with you, Mr. JT and Mr. Lamar. And I've been, like Lamar said, I've been knowing him for over 20 years, and he's been telling me about this business since he ever jumped in. But, it's all about timing. And as soon as we got in, as soon as we jumped in, I hit 30-day ETL, just followed and duplicate the system that Lamar and you yourself put in front of me. And we just kept going from there. And just motivating others. And that's my ACN. Doing this business right here is just a vehicle because I do have other things. I train boxing, do boxing training on the side as well. That's another hustle I have. So real estate, I dib and dab in real estate as well. So this all ties in, it just intertwines. And being a business partner with one of my best friends and things like that of that nature, man, it just sees with the growth that we have been through in the last 20 years, what we done came from. And we just go continue to follow them steps and continue to duplicate the system and keep it going. And Rockstar, I feel like a rock star. So I always feel like a rock star. So it just intertwines. It just intertwines. So thank you guys.
Awesome. All right, Miss Manny, your why, what you do, greatest accomplishment in ACN.
Hey everybody, I'm Manny, and I have a couple of whys. I started out with my dad, and it still is my dad and my family. Financial freedom as well. I have about 16 years of insurance, so I really want to just retire myself from that. And then also my greatest impact in ACN, it wouldn't be really so much a title I've achieved, a regional director, but that's not really my greatest thing is helping a lot of people and impacting and touching a lot of people that I didn't think that I would touch. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Miss Jessie, your why, what you do, what you currently do, and your greatest accomplishment in ACN.
Well, my name is Jessica Vargas. I go by Jessie. Let's see, what I do is I do a lot of things. I'm a yoga instructor for 12 years. I'm a bowler. I bowl professionally.
She cold, by the way. She good, y'all. She really good. Anyway, I had to interject. Go ahead.
Anyway, let's see, what else do I do? I like to help people, and I want to. My why is my family, and I love my family to death. And I just want to break this generational curse of having to work a 9-to-5 job and thinking corporate is, what you have to do. Also, I want to prove to myself that I can do this. My why is me, is making myself the person that I want to be in ACN. ACN is my life. ACN is going to be my life forever. It's my family, and like my other family, my immediate family, ACN is also my family, and it's a passion that I have grown to love because I love everything about this business. My greatest accomplishment, I was, let's see, I purged and I lost a lot of customers. I was like at 80 customers, I believe. And then I lost about, I went down to 40 and I went back up to 130 customer points. That would be my greatest accomplishment, alongside with ATL before the old way. And I've been in ACN for this May is going to be 3 years.
Awesome. Thank you. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Mike. So your why, what you do currently, and your greatest accomplishment thus far.
Okay. First of all, shout out to the team, man. It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys. My name is Michael Jarrett from Brooklyn, New York. What I do is I'm an insurance broker, and also an investor in real estate. My why really is to give my family something to believe in. like Lamar said, I do come from a dysfunctional family, and sometimes speaking a different language can be confusing, simply because of generation after generation after generation. So the goal really is to, not only uplift my family, but also, to help others. One of my greatest accomplishments is starting. I can say that I hit ETL, but the biggest challenge, JT, you and I know, because I was reserved for a little bit. It was starting, right? It was starting, man. JT was texting me, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. And then boom, one day it clicked. And so definitely, JT, really appreciate you and your consistency on even giving me a space really to, build a business in which 10, 15 years down the road, I won't have to look back. So here we are.
Amen. Yeah, no, thank you. And thank you everybody for sharing. I just wanted everybody to kind of get to know everybody's space, where they come from. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't think I said my why, but
Go
my
ahead. Yeah.
my
Me
why
either.
changed. My why changed. It used to be, I want to leave something to my grandkids, that so that I want to make sure that they don't go through what my sons went through when they were growing up. That's really my why. But they're doing okay right now. But added to it is my sister's daughter. She is my niece. Since she was 7, she had cancer. And then remission every couple of years, there's that. And she is now 28. She is in remission, but then she had developed diabetes, and now she is blind. She is seeing some silhouettes, but she cannot see without anybody, guiding her around. And that's really my why right now, biggest why, because if something, well, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that they can really depend on right now. So that is, and I have to be there for them. That's my biggest why right now.
And definitely, again, these are important because the why is really what drives you guys, and that's really, I know we hear that a lot, but really it is what drives you. So that's the key. So thank you guys for sharing, definitely sharing your whys, sharing what you want to do. But we're here to accomplish something, and we're typically gonna leave this to about 45 minutes to an hour. I don't want to keep everybody all night. Y'all guys should know my style by now. I like to get to the meat and what we need to do. Because and the one thing I would tell you is that come here with a fresh mind. Some of you who have been in the business for a while, it may be like, oh yeah, I heard that before. Never get to that stage, by the way. Never get to where you can not freshly renew your mind. The Bible talks about that, renewing your mind. If you can't renew your mind, it's not going to work for you. Okay, so you got to renew your mind and think differently. And I had to really think differently, thinking about this business, because some of you I've had a conversation about. This business has really slowed down for me, and what I mean by that is that I can do this in my sleep now. Like, it's not even hard at all. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because that's how simple this business is, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to do it like that. You look at the basketball players today. Y'all know Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry, if y'all watching him right now, if y'all don't watch basketball, it's okay. But if y'all don't know what Steph Curry is doing right now, it's out of line. Like, the dude look like a video game out there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's like ridiculous. Like, it's not even funny. But it's because the game has slowed down to him. Like, the people, even though these are the best players of the best players in the world, it's still slowed down to him because he knows what to do. He's seeing things differently. So that's my prayer for you guys in this call, in this boot camp, is that you're gonna see things differently. You're gonna see things in a whole new different way than you never seen them before. And I thought I knew this business, guys. I've been in ACN for 8 years, okay. And I never forget when one of my mentors said he had already seen 6 figures in a month in this business, and he had already been a millionaire in this business. And his mentor told him, "Oh, how long you been in the business?" And he said, "I only been in the business 7 years." He said, "Oh, call me in 10 years. When you get to 10 years, that's when you're a veteran." And this dude already made millions in this business. And he said, "Wait till you get to 10 years. So, and that dude, the dude that I'm talking about that has done it for like 14, 15 years, he's the number one money earner in ACN. The number one money earner. Yeah. So, and when you look at him, you would see that he's chilling. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Simon Abood. He is chilling, okay? He is like on autopilot, okay? So the reason why I'm saying that is this, I want this to be like this for y'all, where this business is really on autopilot. So I want to start by, listen some things. One of the things I wanted to ask you guys is, we talk about the GOATs in sports, like basketball and football and all this. Name some GOATs, people, the greatest of all time players. And I'm sorry,
Tom Brady.
I reference, there go one. I reference sports a lot, y'all.
Kobe Bryant.
Serena Williams.
Kobe Bryant,
Jordan.
Serena Williams.
Muhammad
Jordan,
Ali.
okay. Muhammad Ali, okay.
Yeah, that's what
Mayweather,
Muhammad Ali.
Mayweather.
Floyd,
Tyson.
Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather, yeah.
Yeah, my boy.
Pacquiao.
Okay. What do they have in common?
They have
Discipline.
they have a hunger.
No quit
Dedication,
attitude.
yeah. Hard work. A reason why.
Okay. Good question.
Got
Good
grit.
answers. Grit. Ooh, that's a good
A
word.
vision.
Discipline.
Work
Integrity.
ethic.
Discipline.
Okay.
Consistency.
Y'all are all right.
Drive.
Consistency.
Y'all all right. Okay. They got all that. But you know what I noticed from all the greats? They mastered the basics. They mastered the basics. If you notice, Jordan wasn't the best dribbler. He wasn't the best shooter, but he mastered the basics. Tom Brady, can we all agree, he's won 7 championships. Is he the most athletically gifted person or athlete you ever seen? Or quarterback even for that matter? No. Mayweather, he masters the basics. He knows how to play defense, right? He knows his offense. He pick and chooses. He works hard. And I'm telling you right now, some of y'all in football, one of my favorite players was Jerry Rice, the best receiver in my opinion to play the game. Jerry Rice was drafted, he wasn't even the fastest receiver. He was like one of the slowest, they said. But yeah, he's still the greatest. And the reason why is because they've mastered the basics. And that's what I'm going to teach y'all today is the basics to be an RVP. You have to learn these things. If you don't learn these things, you won't be an RVP. So the basics are, what are the first 2 things that we do? What are the only 2 things that we do? Some of y'all already know the answer. What are somebody give an answer?
PBZs. Set up PBZs.
Customer getters.
Say that again, Lamar.
Get customers and get customer getters.
Getters.
Okay, so let me bring up the whiteboard for y'all. So we only do 2 things, y'all.
Present too.
Get customers. I'm getting to that actually. Get customers
Yes, customer getters.
and get customer getters. That's the only 2 things we do. Those are the
Mr.
only
Thomas,
2 things we do.
I'm sorry. I'm going to hop on my phone really quick.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we do 2 things, y'all. Get customers and get customer getters. And the reason why I'm giving you guys this simplicity is because I think we've made ACN too complicated. Like literally it's just getting customers and getting customer getters. That's all you need to worry about right now. And those are the only two things we do in this business. Now, there are interpersonal behaviors, and those are the things that y'all talked about. So let's list those out. There's interpersonal behaviors that we know. And I know some of y'all touched on it already, but these are things that are behaviors, right? Y'all said, confidence, right? Confidence, posture, whatever, right? Grit. Mike said grit, integrity, right? These are things that are, that's a part of the DNA. Humbleness,
Consistency,
right?
Yeah, consistency. So, yeah,
Consistent.
believing.
Work ethic.
What is it again?
Work ethic, yeah.
Work ethic. Okay. Excited. Okay. So these are things that yes, these are behaviors, right? And these are things that, yes, we have to learn and we have to make sure. But these are also things that you just can't teach that. Okay. I can't teach you how to be more humble. That's something that you have to have it in you. And the reason why we're bringing these up as behaviors is because, yes, this is part of personal development. That's why we do personal development, so we can work on our confidence, our grit, our integrity, our humbleness, our consistency, our work ethic, right? So these are things, yes, that are interpersonal, but I want us to focus on what's going to get you to RVP outside of these things, because yes, personal development is going to help you, but it's these things, the 7 major, and I'm going to say major skills. And actually, Charlene mentioned one of them, but these are the 7 major skills to be an RVP, SVP. The 7 major skills. And you got to keep it. If you work on these, you will be in the top producing RVP and an SVP. You're going to be one of the two, okay? Most likely you'll be an SVP eventually, but at least minimum RVP if you work on these 7 major skills. What's the first one? I'm gonna give y'all the first one. Let's get the first one out of the way, because this is the one that people stay away from: recruiting. You have to be a good recruiter. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to study. These are skills. The good thing about this, y'all, these are things that you can learn how to do. See, those other things, those are things that you're just gonna have to work on yourself. But these are things that you can really learn how to do. Talking to people, right? One thing about recruiting, guys, an RVP knows how to ask the good questions. Y'all want to write that down. An RVP knows how to ask the right questions to people. If you're good at asking questions, I promise you,
I couldn't figure out which key.
I'm sorry, hold on. Somebody's on mute. Let me mute the line, y'all, because this is, okay, got it. You got to learn how to talk to people, okay? That's number 1. You have to learn how to ask the right questions. You have to learn how to pique people. Very, very, very important, okay? Number 2. Let me get to that. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna have to jump off the. Okay. Number 2, get customers. To be an RVP, you have to learn how to get customers. I know a lot of times we think about, oh, okay, yeah, we got to recruit and we can recruit, but if you don't get customers, you have to have a minimum amount of customers. And that's where residual comes in until you hit RVP. So you have to learn how to get customers. What are those first 2 things? Those are what we call phase 1. That's phase 1. And if you don't understand phase 1, there's 4 different phases in this business. Phase 4 is when you phase yourself out of this business. Okay, just put it that way. But phase 1 is when you're actively recruiting and you're getting customers. That's the second major skill, is getting customers. You have to learn how to get customers. Okay, so that's the second. The third skill, you have to learn how to launch and onboard new people. Get people started. And we're gonna say that, get people that 30-day game plan. You have to learn that to be an RVP. 100%. You have to know how, when somebody gets started in your business, how to get them to CQ, how to get them to ETL. You have to learn, and not only do that, you have to do it with speed. That's the other thing I want to mention to you. These things must be done with speed. So that's number 3. You have to learn how to launch. Does that make sense to everybody so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Skill number 4. You have to learn this. Presenting. You got to know how to present, but not just present, effectively present. Effectively. Your presentations, I want everybody to pay attention, because this is what happens. Back in the day, we used to take like 30 minutes to do presentations. Some take 45, okay? Even in the BOM, or what we call in the hotel meetings. But today, the game is about effectively presenting the simplest as possible. And I say 10 minutes. It needs to be 10 minutes. Guys, if you're taking over 10 minutes on the actual presentation, you're talking too much. You're talking too much. Remember what I said. You want this game to slow down for you to the point where you can sign people up in 10 minutes quickly, because it's such a simple business. So you have to get used to presenting. Now, the good news is, if you don't know how to present, hey, just watch somebody. You can watch me, or look, check this out. On ACN's, let me go to the, if you go to right here, go to ACN, go to their page. They even got it so simple now, where if you go to their page and their videos, it even has videos on different people presenting. Chanel Burt, Patrick Mazer, James Allen. So if you don't know how to present, just go to their page and take some notes, or just take notes from the people who are presenting. So you can go to ACN page, just go to ACN Inc. on YouTube and learn how to present. 10 minutes. They got all the training for you. Again, I'm trying to make this business simple for y'all, to where y'all doing ACN and you sleep. Okay. So, okay, back to the whiteboard. All right. So that's the 4th one. Okay, I'm gonna do some erasing, y'all. I'm gonna erase some of the top, because I'm gonna have to. This whiteboard kind of funny. All right, let's continue. All right, number 5, skill number 5. You have to learn how to train to be an RVP. You got to be able to train people. Very, very important that you learn how to train people, because you can talk. It's good to be a good talker, but you got to train people to simplicity, to where they understand what you're doing, what you're telling them to do. And if you notice, they make all the RVPs train on these calls. Well, of course, because yes, the RVPs are the best trainers, but we have to be able to deliver the information in a right way. And the reason, people say you're not really an RVP, you're not really a true RD until you know how to train people. And, it's easy, guys. It's easy to sit back. This is how I know somebody's inexperienced in this business and not ready to be a leader. What they'll do is they'll say, well, JT, he's going to say the same thing. Oh, they're just going to say the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. And it's funny when they say it, and then when you try to train it, you're like, you start fumbling. You're like, oh, snap. it's not as easy as they make it look. It's because you have to learn how to train it. It's one thing to know it, but to train people is a whole new different ball game. So remember, you have to learn how to train to be an RVP. So if you're lacking in that skill, it's okay. It's okay. Just learn how to train. Follow the training. Look at how, first of all, you know, every night they do a training, right? For Rockstar, right? They do a training 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. All you got to do is watch how they transfer, like how they transition. Watch how they talk about CQ. Watch how they, you know, the trainers are talking about setting up PBVs. Watch how they talk about inviting. Watch that stuff. And then you just train it to yourself. And then I promise you, you'll be a good trainer. So that's a key, guys. That's number 5. You got to learn how to train people. Okay. Moving to the next one. Okay, next. All right, number 6. We'll do it number 6. Okay, number 6 is you have to learn how to promote. I'm gonna just say promoting. You know, promoting events. You have to learn that. Because what good is it for you to be at the training and your team not to be at the training? Or what good is it for you to be at the game on event and you be the only one at the game on event? That defeats the whole purpose of why ACN is so simple. The only thing that the RVPs did was got good at promoting so they could have more leaders. So you got to get good at promoting everything. And what do I mean by promoting everything? I mean, listen, I promoted this. this boot camp, I promoted it. I'm gonna tell y'all how I got this promoting. I was talking to somebody before this call, and the dude, I didn't even tell him about this, and you know, partially that's on me. I didn't tell him about it because, and it's my fault. I know his schedule, so he was kind of like, man, you know, he has a lot of stuff going on, like most people, right? And I thought Monday nights was bad for him, right? So I'm talking to him before the meeting, and I'm telling him the stuff that I'm going over. I'm like, man, I'm teaching this, and we're gonna go over the basics tonight, and then I'm gonna train some stuff every night, every Monday night. The dude was like, man, how could I get on this? Like, I want to get this. I want to get this training. I want to be an RVP. I need accountability. And I didn't even realize I was promoting it. I was just telling him what was going on, how we're going to be a group of people with one vision, a common goal. And he was like, oh, snap, I need to be a part of this. So you got to get good at promoting events, no matter what it is. So that's very, very key for you guys. If you don't know how to promote, again, that's a skill that you can acquire. Okay, so that's number 6. Number 7, the final one. This is a big one. This is one that I think a lot of people may have a problem. Even me, I had a problem with it. Closing. You got to be able to close and enroll people in this business. Closing and enrolling. You got to be able to do that to be an RVP. And that also means following up with people, right? Following up, making sure you're you know, really trying to close them or enroll them into the ACN platform. That's very key, guys, because you can do a bunch of meetings. If you're not good at that, what'll happen is you'll create burnout. Okay, you'll burn yourself out because you're doing a bunch of meetings and nobody's signing up. So you're gonna burn yourself out. So you have to be good. You have to be an RVP. You have to get good at closing to be an RVP. So that's important. You got to work on that skill. They go over the training of closing, guys, every Friday night, right? They go over that training. But we're going to go over that training a lot on this call. I want to make sure everybody on this call can close, like literally just close. I'm going to give y'all the secret to closing people. Knowing, number 1, the reason why they're getting on that call, to see the business. That if you know the reason why they're getting on that call, to see the business, to see the opportunity, remember what I said. A person who can recruit and ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions before they get on that call, as soon as they get on that call, you know exactly what hot button to push. So if I know Armand, I'll give you an example. I know Armand is his son, right? His son is the reason why he's doing this business. That's his why. His son means everything to him. So when I get to the end of the presentation, it's simple. Like, Armand, you see an opportunity to give back to your son, to help your son to have a better life for your son? Do you see that opportunity here? He's like, absolutely, right? Well, let's get the paperwork out of the way. Let's get this going. Let's get you going. Let's get you started. See, if you ask the right questions, you'll get people started. Simple. A lot of times what happens in closing, guys, is we talk too much. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We talk too much. We got a lot to say. We want to try to resell ACN. Listen, when you reselling them, they thinking in their minds, they're thinking, man, I gotta resell everybody on this call. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to resell every person I put this in front of. You training them, basically, is what you're doing. And they not feeling that. So guys, you don't want to talk too much in the closing. Just get straight to the point. Are you ready to get started? Okay, let's get you started. Perfect. So that's a real key to this business, guys. Those are the 7 major skills that you have to have. If you practice those 7 major skills, you'll be an RVP. Because that's the only reason why I'm an RVP today, is because I practiced those skills and I learned how to do it. So the 7 major skills. Any questions on that? Any questions real quick? Because we got like 10 minutes to go, and I want to make sure I get y'all out in 10 minutes and open it up for questions at the end. Any questions? Anybody miss anything or?
I do. On the closing. On the closing, I like what you said, that just pick on the why. Do we follow the script that they teach you on Friday night still?
Yeah, it's still in that. Yeah, it's still in that. It's the same. It's just knowing the hot button. Yeah, it's the same. If I did it today, if I did the closing, I would do it the same way. It's just knowing what it is. Yeah, but we're gonna train on that. I'm just giving you guys. Today is more about let's get to know each other. Everybody know their background, and let's understand the basics. Remember, the basics are what gets you to be, GOAT status, or for the women, GWOT status. GWOT, okay? This is what gets you GWOT status, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all something, and Charlene knows this, and this is how I know the game slowed down for me. And I'm gonna just share this really quickly because I know we don't have a lot of time. But guys, the fact that some of y'all don't know what's going on, Mike, I apologize. Armand, you don't know, y'all don't know this, that the other ones do because they've been around for a little bit. Okay, the reason why I know this game slowed down is because with all the things that were happening, all the challenges from the pandemic and our organization last year, we were still on the charts. That's how you know that if you master the basics, you'll still come out ahead of people. Even though, because most people don't master the basics. They don't understand the basics. Okay, so I know this works if you just master it. Just master those things. Just learn how to do those things, okay, to be an RVP. I promise you. So the last thing I want to touch on really quickly is I want to talk about accountability real quick, because this is going to be important for this call. This call is not just about, I don't want to be the only one just sitting here talking. Trust me, that's not designed for this call. I want everybody to speak and be able to chime in. This is kind of just setting the stage, okay? But we want to make sure we have accountability. Now, I know Armand mentioned it earlier, and Lamar mentioned it. The main accountability is understanding what to count, what to focus on, right? That's how you know this game will slow down for you, is if you know what to focus on. PBZs, very important. Private business Zoom. To make it simple, the rock stars talk about this every freaking call. They keep the main thing, right? That's what they say every call. PBZs, Zoom. Whoever does the most Zoom, and let me clarify this. Whoever does the most Zoom and practice these 7 basic skills will kill this business. Will kill it. They'll know how to close. They'll close business. They'll launch people, right? They'll get people to ETL, right? So for sure, PBZs are what we're gonna count. Now, Friday, some of y'all get the text every Friday, right? I ask you guys, hey, what's your PBZs look like for next week? We gotta keep that consistent, okay? We gotta keep that consistent. So on Fridays, let's go ahead and set your PBZs for the next week. So if I let's just say I text Rena, right? And I'm like, yo, Rena, Friday, what's your PBZ looking like for next week? It's not that the ones what we typically trying to do is we try to say, well, I don't really have anybody right now. So that's not the way we got to do it. The way you got to do it is say, okay, I'm a busy person. I'm a business owner. I got things to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate Tuesdays at 1 o'clock for ACN. I'm going to dedicate Wednesday at 2 o'clock for ACN, where I'm going to set PBZs. Okay? That way, you don't have to schedule nothing around that time. You already have it allocated for ACN, and those are your only 2 invite times. That's it. So you're inviting for those times. So we got to do that on Friday. We got to keep that consistent, because that's the way you're going to keep this game simple. If you're worrying about the next week and you're trying to figure out how many PBZs and ain't nobody in your pipeline, and that's when you get stressed out. Because you're like, dang, I got to call this person, I got to call that person. I don't know what to do. I'm all over the place, right? But guess what? If you got PBZs scheduled, then you're going to try to get somebody to that darn meeting. You're going to be like, dang, I got to get to this. I got to get somebody in this meeting. Oh, that's right. This realtor that I showed the business to last week, I could do a re-meeting. I could set them up for that time. You see what I'm saying? So that gets you to have an attitude of, I got to have somebody in these meetings. I got to be showing somebody the opportunity. Okay, so Fridays, let's schedule the rest of the whole week for the next week, the following week, your PBZs. Have that ready for yourself. That'll make your business a lot more smoother and a lot more easier to scale up. The second accountability we got to count is the rule of 24. We got 24 personal recruits. Y'all already know that because I already explained it to y'all. Y'all know 24 personal recruits. Okay, we have to be focused on that. You have to, and what I would do if I were you guys, again, I'm not gonna, but I would just do a countdown. I've taught that before, where you do just a countdown. Put it on a whiteboard where you got 24, right? A T-chart, and just count down. Say, oh, okay, I recruited somebody. Okay, that's my 23rd. Okay, that's my 22nd, and just keep going down. So you got to do that. You want to hold yourself accountable.
JT, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, so the rule of 24, right? That's your entire team?
No. So the rule of 24 is you actually recruit 24 people yourself. Not even worried about your team. Not even worried about your team.
So even if, for example, say if I was helping my team build, but I placed other individuals underneath my team, that doesn't count towards me.
No, that does count, because you recruited them. Yeah, you recruited them. But not somebody, let's just say somebody on your team got started, and then they brought somebody, they made some calls, and then that person got somebody started. Well, that's not your guy. That's not your person. That's their person that they got started, not yours. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so for example, all right, so most of my team, I'm the one who recruited them. Would that count as personal?
Yep.
On the business stand side, does it still matter about the team though? For example, right?
Yeah, which that's the next thing I'm gonna get to. But
I get what you say. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But as long as you understand that 24 personal recruits yourself, outside of what your team is doing, you may get one superstar that may blow this business up, right? And we know that. But in your mind, you're thinking, I gotta have 24 personal recruits. Okay, and that's how you're gonna do it. Okay. All right. So the next thing is you gotta have your personal goal for your customers. Okay. I say minimum you should have is 75 points, but obviously 75 to 200 is the range you want to be at. You really want to be at 200, but again, you got to have a goal. Remember what I said, to be an RVP, you got to know how to get customers. You got to know how to get customers. You got to be able to do that. I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm just trying to make you guys a beast. Okay, is that okay? I just want to make y'all.
It's okay.
To the way
I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Mike, the 24, like I'm like jumping out of my chair right now because I'm excited. 24, because like I love like being mentored by JT because he understands, because like the athleticism, Lamar knows what we're talking about, being a business athlete, right? Like when you do 24, like just think about Kobe, right? Or, Steph Curry, right? They're point guards. So the momentum that you create on your team, because you're the leader, you create the momentum and then everyone else will like follow. So I remember being in a leadership with a previous mentor of ours, and there was like, we probably had about 30 ETLs, and then we had probably about a dozen regional directors in the room. And he did a count and he was like, how many of you guys have recruited about 22 to 24 people? And everyone who was a regional director raised their hand. So what they created was a formula. Anyone who did 24 personal recruits was a regional director, because if you think about the point system with that, it ends up being over 600, right? Before it was harder because to be a RD before, it was two regional directors. So the faster you can chip away at the 24, your team is going to get excited. You're going to be in momentum. And if you can do 24, you can do 24 over and over and over again. And that's what Mike and Pat do. And so I'm excited because it's just chipping away at that 24 and crossing it out. I'm actually going to put my board up. So next Monday, you guys are going to see my board.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that, 24, Jessica.
24-hour fitness. 24-hour fitness. So that's what it is just, thank you, Charlene, for sharing that, because that's what it is. It's just thinking 24. You don't get emotional when you recruited the 10th person, right? You don't get emotional because you need 24 to go RD anyway. So you don't get emotional. Oh, that's just the 10th person. It's okay. I got I got more to go. Okay.
Wait, has anyone ever done like 24 free throws in a row before? Like just stood there and just did like buckets
I have.
over and over again?
I have experienced it. I have.
Brick.
Yes, I have.
Right. So that's all you got to do. It's like this. It's like if you just sat there and Mike and Pat were like, you just gotta shoot 24. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're a regional director. Like
mumble mentality.
Yes. So
Thank you.
So who cares? Who cares if 3 of them don't make it? You're just gonna pick up the ball and keep on going, right?
Right. You got to continue to stay consistent.
Yeah.
24 is very powerful, and you got 24 hours in a day.
That's
so
right.
Think about that. You can get a person a day, a person an hour.
And you know what's
you
crazy?
can break the numbers all the way down.
And the reason why that's important is here's what I want to tell y'all to make it even simple, even more simple. You can do it anytime you want. That's the thing. Like that's a formula. It's not saying you can take 24 months to recruit 24 people personally, or you could do it in 30 days. Like this guy that Matt, he's about to be a 45 day RD, and all they did was just recruit. And so he's about to be a 45-day RD. He just recruited over 24 people his first 30 days in the business. That's all he did. He didn't do anything spectacular. So you could do it as soon as you want. You could take 2 months to recruit 24. You could take 3 months, 6 months. It's up to you. But the good news is you got a formula to get you there. So you already know what to do to get there, to make it simple. So 24, just keep that in mind. I talked about personal customers. And here's the last thing I'm gonna give y'all that you must focus on. You have to focus on this. In fact, this may be the most important thing to focus on. Promotions on your team. Getting people to CQ and getting people to ETL. Super important. That is very important to your success in this business. You have to learn how to do that. We're gonna count that. We're gonna focus on that. I need everybody to be like laser focused on, like when someone gets in your business, your job is, dang, I gotta hurry up and get them to CQ. I gotta hurry up and get them to ETL. I gotta get them a check. See, Armand, I looked at his back office today. I looked at Armand's back office today. I was excited. I was like, honestly, it got me jacked. I didn't show it, Armand, when we was on the call. But I got jacked up when I see that. When I saw that 547, I was like, oh snap. I was like,
numbers.
That's
Yes.
what I'm talking about. On a $200 investment on a business, he got 547 right back.
Right back.
Damn, that's
right back.
You do
less than 30 days.
I'm an investor. I'm an investor now. Trust me, that's a good return.
Exactly.
That's a good return. So
exactly.
I got jacked up just from seeing his promotion. I was like, dang, I'm a regional vice president. I'm like, dang,
that's awesome. That's good stuff. Yeah.
So you gotta feel
Keep
that
it going.
way. So you gotta feel that way for your team. You gotta focus on their CQ. Forget about your check.
Right.
Forget about your check gonna come. You focus on their check. Get them. That's how you're gonna get RD, RVP done quick. Okay,
and that's one of my whys.
Yeah.
And that's one of my whys. Helping others. Yep. Helping others.
So
I have a comment about that. First of all,
yeah.
$200 investment, 547.
47. Yeah.
$47 return. Remember, it's Armand, right?
Yes, ma'am. Armand.
Okay. So you're saying 24 hours, right?
I'm saying 24 hours for
earlier.
Yeah.
You were saying 24,
24. Yeah, I did say that.
Did it take you 24 hours to do that? Like, how many hours did it take you to make 547?
Nah, I did that in a 30-day run. I put myself at a goal at 30 days to do it in 30 days.
Right, but like, do you think it took you 24 hours? Like,
if I break the numbers down, it could have been like 20. Yeah, that's like 24 hours. If you break the numbers down all the way.
Hours. Okay. maybe not.
No, I'm just saying though, it can happen that way. That if you stay consistent with it, the number 24, you have 24 hours in a day. So just think of, if you want to break it down small numbers, just think of like a person an hour. You know what I'm saying? That's 24 hours. That's one person an hour. That's breaking it down. Just small numbers. It doesn't happen like that, but it can happen like that.
It can.
It's possible. Anything is possible. All I'm saying, the main thing is that anything is possible. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you just put your mind.
If you don't make $225 in a day, or $540 in a day, that's one day's of work. 540, if you think about it.
If you think exactly, breaking it down. Absolutely.
Right. So if you don't make $47 in one day, we're all winning in AC.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I agree.
And that's why we scaling it to things that we hold accountable. So let's go over it one more time so we can really understand it. So accountability, we gotta count PBZs. You have to count those. Okay, you have to understand, you have to count your rule of 24, your 24 personal recruits, where you're at on that. You have to count that. You have to count your personal customers. You have to know where you're at on your personal customers. And you have to count your team's promotions, CQs and ETL. That should be that should be something you always counting. How many people am I getting promoted? Weekly, it should be coming through. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to talk about a lot on this call. Is promotions and promotions and payouts. That's the key. And the final thing, and there's a lot of tools, guys. I know we're kind of going over time, but I want y'all to understand there's a lot of tools that you know, the different tools that I have that are already available. And again, the scorecard, y'all seen that. I'll just show some of you who don't know what it is, real quick, what it is. I created this thing. It was a scorecard that just let people know where they're at for the week. So this thing right here, it's a scoreboard, scorecard. It lets you know where you're at in your business. It helps you track. So we can go over that another time. I just want to let you know there's tools available to help you be able to focus and scale in on your business. So it got right here, you see the measurement, personal customer recruits. This week, how many people you got registered, promoted the training, how many did you promote the trainings, did you promote, did you get exposures today, did you set, meaning did you do PBVs basically, how many people did you put on the PBV, how many people did you get customer qualified, how many new people did you get in your business? Okay, so this is something that, again, we'll go over it later. I just wanted to show you there are tools available that you can use to really track your business. And by the way, it has a legend for you new people. It has a legend. It lets you know, based on the numbers you input, if you're on the bench, if you're a starter, if you're a producer.
I get you a roll tape. Are you interested, man?
Yeah. So, yeah. So there we go. So guys, just to close it out, I do want to mention one other thing about the promoting. The reason why promoting is so key, I want to make sure we do bring this up, is because people need to see social proof. Okay, we can train them all day, but at the end of the day, you need to get good at promoting so they can see social proof from other people, and you can be edified. Right? So you can be edified to those people on the other calls. Okay, so promoting is key. Let me just put this out there. Friday nights, I know it's a challenge with everybody's schedule. I'm not gonna, some of y'all know personally what I feel, but here's what I will say. Here's what I would say about Friday night. If you have a person that just got customer qualified, get them on their at least the one Friday night, that first Friday night. Promote the Friday night. Like, hey, it's going to be a special leadership for you. It's going to be about 200 people on it. They're going to be sharing their stories. They're going to be sharing the comp plan and more details. Okay. At least get them on one time. Okay. Until the Friday night. Just get them on one time. If they promote to CQ that week, get them on the Friday night training. So that's my recommendation. Okay. About Friday night. If they don't want to get on any other Friday nights, we can't make them, okay? But at least try to promote for one so they can understand the system, okay? So I just want to make sure we all are on the same page on that. With that being said, guys, we do have some things down the pipe. Just to close this out, I do have some incentives. We're going to have some incentives now. We're actually going to have contests. There's going to be money in the pot. Now, I am talking to mostly the RDs, okay? Right now, the RDs, which means y'all got to get the RDs, okay? The RDs are going to help with this. But for some of y'all who already know, just to kind of show you guys already, Also, another tool, just so you guys take notice, if you go to Street Talk,
Yeah.
if y'all don't have that, please make note of this. You can put Street Talk, Just Street on YouTube. Please make note of this, because
Yes.
on this, you see all the videos. These are all the trainings that we do every night. You can email trainings to people that are new in your business. If they can't jump on the night training, then go ahead and send them the training. Look, if you want to learn about the real estate call on Thursdays, they have it right here. It's the training, right? Or the actual presentation right there. So that's a good source, guys. You definitely want to use this page, Street Talk. Now, the last thing I was going to tell you guys before we go, this is the platform some of you I already showed you guys. This is what I'm going to use to help create opportunity for everybody who is on this call. I'm going to use some of my capital, okay, for this, just so you know. I already have credit built up for this. So we're going to have different budgets for people. I'm not going to get too far into this because we're already over time. But just so you know, we're going to have different things where we're going to have, some of you already kind of noticed, but yeah, we got different budgets that are available that I'm going to help people with, okay? And we're going to scale up our business. So we're going to be able to do different things with this. We're going to be able to help fund people on different things. There's going to be a lot of things we're going to do that's different to help each other in business, okay? So I just want you guys to know that there's a lot of things that I have in place. We'll probably go over this another time, but because we're already out of time. But this is going to help a lot of people because number one, it's going to have incentives for people. We're going to be able to take people out for lunch, dinner. It's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm planning to do with this, okay? That I'm going to help you guys in your business to make sure that, oh yeah, you can have a conversation with me. And if they get, let's just say somebody knocks out ETL in their first 30 days, okay, we got money in the pot. We're going to take them out for a nice dinner. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I'm planning to do with this, okay? So we'll kind of talk more about that. We'll brainstorm on that a lot, but that's one of the things that I want to have is incentives, okay? Now, anybody got any questions? Real quick, I know we about 15 minutes. We took a little time on the introduction, but does anybody have any questions? Anything they don't understand? Just to recap, we went over, we only do two things: get customers, get customer getters. We got the 7 major skills you need to be an RVP. You need to practice, right? And we got the things that we do to hold each other accountable every week that we're going to talk about every week. But does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Or?
I got all my notes. So I'm good.
I recorded it, by the way. So
yeah, I got everything in my notes to help me.
When do we meet again?
Next Monday at 9.
Next Monday.
Same time. Yes, sir. Same time, same bat channel, same bat time. And we'll have 2 more extra people that are jumping on next week. 2 leaders that I believe are, well, they say they ready. Like Tiffany Haddish. They ready.
Yeah, that's good.
Any questions? Anybody else? Questions?
I'm ready.
She ready.
She ready. 24.
24.
I got my list right here.
24.
Oh, he ready. Mike G ready.
Yeah.
Mike G.
We just go keep it going.
Question? Nobody got questions? Real quick before we go? No? Lamar got notes, so we good.
Yeah, I got everything written down. The 7 major keys is the key.
The 7
major keys. The 7 major skills is the key.
That's it.
So
If you need to work on your dribbling, you guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna work on your dribbling.
I will continue to work on my dribbling until I get it down. That's the key. Yeah.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, well, all right, guys. I'm definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely really inspired to serve you guys, and anything y'all need from me, definitely just let me know. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I couldn't talk about tonight just because we only got a short amount of time. But there's a lot of other things that y'all don't know about that I that I got going down the pipe. So I'm excited, for everybody. So RVP this year, let's knock out RVP. Let's get it done. And again, if you guys have any questions, just text me. Get to know everybody on the call, by the way. This is a group of, we're going to be helping each other.
Team.
JT, do you have like one group where we all are connected, or?
That's the next, yeah, you're right. We need to do that.
Should I just create one, send you the link, and you send it to everybody, or?
Yeah, you the man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I would really appreciate that, sir.
JT, can we all connect on IG?
On IG?
I don't have an IG.
Instagram?
I have everyone on except for Mike.
IG, Instagram?
I think so. I think we're connected.
All right, give me 1 second.
Nah.
Instagram?
Yeah, she's talking about Instagram. Yeah.
I don't have Instagram. You have to Zoom me. You gotta Zoom me. I socialize like this.
Yeah.
Next week, JT, you can. Next week, JT, you can do your why.
I got it, Mike. Thank you.
And we could recreate that, and then I'll just change the admins and all that.
Okay. Perfect. Got it.
Can we start next week with a video, like, how like we're in the waiting room, like with a video of like a 3-point
yeah,
like the 3-point contest where, because the LBPC is like
yeah, this is just the first verse. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew each other, know who everybody is. So yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna
everybody have a good night.
Yeah, everybody enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna go ahead and I have this on recording. If anybody needs it, just hit me up, okay?
All right.
Will do. Thank you. Appreciate everything.
Thank you, guys.
Because the bottom is way too crowded.
That's right.
24.
24.
24.
Hey, y'all.
Let's do it.
24.